Hello students, we are studying this chapter Water a Precious Resource, and today in this class we are going to study about some interesting thing related to this chapter. That is one activity we are going to study, a case study and some facts related to this chapter. So let's begin this class. So this is the activity which is based on that most of us assume water to be a limitless resource. So let us understand with the help of this activity. So for this activity, it requires four things, that is a bucket, one a bath mug, tumbler and one spoon. So take a medium-sized bucket and fill it up with water. It contains about 20 liters of water. So you have to take one bath, that is a bucket, and fill it with water. And it contains about 20 liters of water. And this figure denotes and assume that this water represents all the water present on the earth. With this, the water which is present inside the bucket denotes or you assume that this water represents all the water present on the earth. While in the next thing, that take a teaspoon of about 5 ml capacity and transfer 100 spoons of water from the bucket to a small container like a bath mug. Then by the help of 5 ml spool capacity, then transfer 100 ml of water from this bucket to this bath mug. And this bath mug, the water which is present in this bath mug represents the total fresh water on the earth. This one represents the total water present on the earth. And this, the water which is there in this bath mug, represents total fresh water on the earth. While from the bath mug, transfer 30 spoons of water to a glass tumbler. From this bath mug, transfer 30 spoons of water into this glass tumbler. And this gives a measure of usable water present as underground water. While the water which is present in this glass tumbler represents a usable water present as groundwater. Now, finally take out quarter spoon of water from the mug. Means from this mug or from the mug, just take out the quarter spoon of water from there. Okay, and it represents all the water present in all the lakes and rivers in the world. See, the first of all we have to take this one, that is a bucket. 20 liter water is there, and this represents the overall water present in the world, okay, or on the earth. And from this bucket, take 100 teaspoons of water from this bucket to a bath mug. And the water which is present in the bath mug represents the fresh water on the earth, okay. And from the bath mug, transfer 30 spoons of water from this bath mug to a glass tumbler. And in this glass tumbler, the water which is present in the glass tumblers represent the usable water present as groundwater. Okay. Finally, 1/4 spoonful of water from the mug, you can take it out. Finally, take out the 1/4, the quarter spoonful of water from this mug, and it represents all the water present in all the lakes and rivers of the world. So from this fresh water, this water which is there in the spoon represents all the water present in the lakes and rivers of the world, while this water represents as a underground water or usable water. So the water left in the bucket, that is the water. Now what we can conclude here, the water which is left in the bucket represents the saline water present in the seas, oceans, and partly as underground water. This water is not fit for human use. So whatever the water present in the bucket after taking out the water from here, so it is not fit for the human use. Why it is not fit for the human use? It is because it is a saline water that is present in the sea and the oceans, and partly as underground. The water left in the bath mug represents the water which is present in the frozen form in glaciers, ice caps, and permanent snow, again not available readily. While the water which is there in this bath mug, that is leftover water, that represents the water in the frozen form, either in the form of glaciers, ice caps, and permanent snow. That is not also used by us. So from there we can conclude that very small amount of water can be used by us, and this water is a limitless resource. So whatever is there in this spoon and in this glass tumbler can be used by us. Very small quantity of water which is there on the earth is fit for us, fit for the human consumption. From there we can conclude that very small amount of water is fit for our use, and this water is a limitless resource. So this Buzo wondered about the alarmingly small quantity of water available for us for our use. Yes, very small quantity of water can be used by us, or whatever the water present on the earth's surface, very little amount of the water is can be used by us, and that is fit for our consumption. So from this is the activity through which you can explain that water is a limitless resource. Now coming to the next thing, that is about the case study. So Bhojpur in the Kutch area of Gujarat has a very erratic rainfall, because this Bhojpur receives very little rainfall throughout the year, very erratic rainfall. The only source of fresh water lies underground, because rivers in this area do not have water throughout the year. See, so the people who is living in this area, Bhojpur, they only depend on the source of fresh water, that is the underground water. Why? Because rivers in this area do not have water throughout the year, because here in this area erratic rainfall is there. That's why they have to depend on underground water. Over the years, demand for water has grown. The withdrawal of underground water has far exceeded recharge. So after day by day or over the year, the population increases in this area, so demand for water has also grown up. So when this demand for water has grown up, so more extraction of groundwater has taken. Then if there's more extraction, due to that extraction of groundwater in a heavy amount, if that happens, then that recharge of the groundwater didn't happen. So the withdrawal of groundwater has far exceeded recharge. As a result, the water table gone down alarmingly, because the use of underground water is much larger than its recharge. So that's why the result of that, the water table gone down alarmingly. In 1989, the villagers along with a non-governmental organization decided to harvest rainwater. So at that time, the people realized about the rainwater harvesting system, and they start practicing this rainwater harvesting system. 18 check dams were built on the Rukmavati river and its many tributaries. The waters were collected to increase population through the soil and recharge the aquifers. So many tributaries were on Rukmavati river and its many tributaries, many dams, 18 dams, check dams were built, and due to that waters are collected. And so when this water is collected in reservoir, then this seepage of water takes place. Means water penetrates inside the soil and it recharges the aquifers, it recharges the underground water. So according to farmers, the wells have now, and the water that flowed into the sea and was wasted has become available for irrigation purpose. So now now it becomes very best for the farmer that they get the underground water, and from that underground water they do the irrigation facilities. Also from the reservoir they can do the irrigations. Okay, so it becomes very suitable for the farmers, and due to this rainwater harvesting system, they are able to just maintain the underground water and recharge the aquifers. Now the one thing is there, where do plants go when they die? Okay, so a growing plant builds its tissues out of water, carbon and nitrogen compounds present in the soil, and carbon dioxide from the air. As we know, when the growing plant is there, it builds its tissues from where? Either with the help of water, carbon and the carbon dioxide, carbon and nitrogen compounds present in the soil, and carbon dioxide from the air. When it dies and falls on the ground, its tissues are broken into simpler compounds by the microbes present in the soil. As you have studied in class 6 also, when any plants or living organism die, the decomposition occurs, means their body is decomposed by the help of decomposers, that is bacteria and fungi, that is the microbes, into the simpler compounds. This decaying plant matter is called humus. That decaying plant matter is known as humus. As humus decomposes, The plant residues are converted into usable forms that are stored in the soil and are taken up by the living plants as food. And this humus is utilized by the other plants for their growth and development. This is how the recycling of nutrients takes place. So when any plants die, they get decomposed in the soil by the help of decomposers, and humus is formed. And that humus is utilized by other plants to prepare their food for their growth and development. So this is what happens when the plants die, and that is utilized by, and their decomposed body is utilized by the other living plants as a food. Okay. So one successful initiative, let us understand about that. What is this successful initiative? So Rajasthan is a hot and dry place. The challenge of natural scarcity of water was met by a successful experiment. A band of social workers has transformed a dry area in the Alwar district into a green place. So as we know, Rajasthan receives very less rainfall throughout the year. So there is a scarcity of water in that area. So the band of social workers has transformed a dry area in the Alwar district into a green place. But how they transformed that? They have received 5 dried up rivers, Arwari, Ruparel, Sarsa, Bhagni and Jahazwali, by constructing water harvesting structures. So by the help of rainwater harvesting system, they have received 5 dries up rivers. Means with the help of that, they are able to get water from this river like Arwari, Ruparel, Sarsa, Bhagni and the Jahazwali by constructing rainwater harvesting or water harvesting structure in that area. Okay. So today we have studied and discussed one activity, one case study and the questions and some facts, that is the initiative taken by the people who is there in the Rajasthan. So today this much we have studied, and there are some questions which is based on what we have studied, this question, and some activity based questions are there. Some activity is there, try to solve it. Thank you.